Hometown Happenings with Carol McCarthy. Welcome to Hometown Happenings. I'm Carol McCarthy, and I'm here today at the new Public Utilities building in Detroit Lakes, and I'm here with Kurt Punt, who is the Superintendent of Public Utilities for the City of Detroit Lakes, and also Roger Moltzen, who is the Supervisor of Electric in Detroit Lakes. And welcome to Hometown Happenings.
Thank you.
And Roger and Kurt, we're going to get a little tour of the building, the new facility, and you will be the master of ceremonies there.
Okay.
And Roger will give us a tour of kind of what's going on in the electric world, and he's going to kind of show us the behind-the-scenes work of all the electric lines and how you keep your houses lit and heated. So we'll do that today here at the Public Utilities building out on Tower Road. Okay.
Great.
All right. So first off, we're starting here. This is a display that is taken to elementary schools. Roger was telling me about talking about Play It Safe around electricity. Roger, today we're going to learn a little bit more about electricity. So we're kind of starting with the elementary school, and just briefly tell us a little bit about this project. It's kind of an interesting thing.
Well, what we do here is we do this for the 4th grade in the school here in DL. And it basically what it does is, you know, it tells you how to be careful around electric wires, substations, you know, stay off the trees, you know, if you happen to have a wire that hits a school bus or something. So it's about a 45-minute presentation. We have a couple guys that go through the schools. Typically we do it in March, April. That's when they kind of do their electrical classes for them.
So today actually you're going to give us kind of an on-the-scene, behind-the-scenes look at what happens in the world of electricity in Detroit Lakes. And why don't you take us first to kind of the commander post of Detroit Lakes, as it were, where everything is, you know, we have an eye on all things electric in Detroit Lakes.
Where our skate is,
yes.
We can do that, yes.
Okay, so we're walking over here to the office of the, you call it the SCADA?
SCADA.
SCADA?
SCADA system.
Okay. And this is one of the new rooms in the Public Utilities building. This houses about four workstations.
What we have here is one screen. We have 3 substations. This one here is the Front Street sub, which is, we also call it the meter shop. There are 8 circuits, or feeders as we call them. And what you see as these numbers, that is a load per phase. You know, like here's a feeder 7. What happens in our system is where it goes to the hospital. This one here, as you see, is green. That one there is open. This one here is red. This one here goes behind Norby's in that area, and so on. So, and this is the transformer over here. Red means it's closed, obviously, because the power is going through it.
Okay, so you can see basically what's going on and all the meters around the city, the entire city, through this one little terminal here.
And these numbers all up to date. You know, they update themselves as time goes. You know, you see they go up and down. You know, electricity is generated on demand. That's how we get it. So,
okay. All right. So if anything goes out, there's like an emergency signal or something here.
Well, something if it opens up, say if we have a fault here, or our circuit opens up, this is going to be green.
Okay.
And so when the guys come in here, they can look at this here. They can go through their procedure. There's a password to get in here, and they can, you know, they can try to re-energize it from here. And if it doesn't go in, well, you know, then they need to go out on the line and then, you know, sectionalize and go from there.
Okay. So,
but typically, if one of these turns green, we know it. Okay. And also, one of the features here is, you know, as the guys, they work out on the system. You know, this is a 3 reclose operation is how it works. But if they're working on the line, you know, we can put this on one shot.
Okay.
And it's basically what that is. It's a safety feature. So.
Okay, so the click of the mouse, they're safe. All right, so you're housed in this this new building, and we've just kind of gotten a behind the scenes look at all the electric doings with the supervisor of electric. And Roger and Kurt, let's take a look around the rest of the building that houses the fleet of public utilities. Yes. And Kurt, you're going to tell us a little bit more about the specifics of the building. First, before we take a break, why don't you give us an idea of how large this building is?
The building is 300 by 124 feet. The reason we built it is we were just busting at the seams where we were previously located, and the objective was to economize our operations. Previously, we were operating from 3 to 4, depending on the years, different locations, and we wanted to eliminate that, and we wanted to build something that was going to be good for the utility for the next 40 years at least. Okay. So that's how we came by this building.
All right. Well, Kurt, we're going to take a tour of the building. We're going to take a quick break first and be back with more Hometown Happenings after this. Welcome back to Hometown Happenings. I'm here with Kurt Punt, who is the superintendent of Detroit Lakes Public Utilities, and we're in the new building out on Tower Road. And Kurt is going to give us a tour of the facility, the rest of the facility. And, you know, Kurt, we were just out in the office area of the facility, and now it looks like we are in somewhat of a conference room.
Yeah, we just moved from the offices. This is a conference room. It's used for safety meetings, that type of thing. Outside this conference room, we have a lunch room where our utility employees, approximately 15 of them here, work out of this building, have their noon breaks and so forth. And now we'll go over into the shop area. Okay,
which is the main portion of the building. Oh, so this is the biggest part of the building. It looks like this takes up the most space. And what do we have in here?
Yeah, this is about 3/4 of the building. This is where we house our vehicles and equipment. We do our maintenance. Materials, line materials, etc., are all stored in this portion of the building. We're also quite proud of the heating system we have here. It's an underfloor heating system. We only utilize the electricity during the nighttime hours to heat the remainder of the day, and we also use some heat pumps for heating and also for the cooling in the summertime, which are about 300% efficient. So that's a big plus for this building also.
So this space is pretty big. What would you say the square footage in here is?
The square footage, and I'm going to guess a little bit, this here portion of it is probably right around a little over 2,000 square feet.
Okay, all right. And not only do you house like the trucks and you maintain the trucks in here, but you've also got, I see up above us, you've got some Christmas decorations and other items.
Yeah, this is above the office area. There's a deck up there, and it was built to utilize the space, and there's more materials up there. Christmas decorations, as you saw, and so forth, are able to be stored up there. Most of the stuff that you don't need on a day-to-day basis, we can store up there if we want.
Okay, well, Kurt Punt and also Roger Molson, thank you so much for the tour of the new building. And that is going to wrap up Hometown Happenings for this week. For TV3, I'm Carol McCarthy.